All right, welcome to yet another day of Champions League. As the time for us is coming close to an end, we still have some finals to go. However, and today we have the first major road final in Classics. And competing in this lobby will be, and let me quickly tell you, um, will be
Well,
Joe
Arna,
Whiteley. Please.
good night, good evening.
Welcome.
Yeah,
First of all, sorry, with me are EMEA the 90th as always, and Il Grandissimo Francesco Galassi. Galassi, good evening.
I, I guys.
Mm,
Okay, so you have the list.
yes, Joe Whiteley, Swagsong, Barna, um, Agap,
Ben Young,
um,
Miko.
Banyong, no, Miko.
Oh, Ben Young
Banyong
is
is the
streamer.
host.
Ben Young is
Yes.
streamer. Miko is participant instead.
And we have Basso replacing current inline world champion and overall world champion Leo Falandri. Um, Grassi, we have three of the six finalists of the last World Championships classics in Swagsong,
Yeah,
Joe Whiteley, and Basso, and we also have sensation of classics so far, Barna, Daniel Miko, and Agap. What do you think can happen here, and who are the main candidates for this?
well, I believe obviously we have three players that confirmed their level. They are confirming their level season after season, so you can expect them to perform pretty well. But again, if you look at final classification of classics in last World Cup, you'll notice a different winner from these three. So that's what I'm trying to say is just that classics are a bit unpredictable for their nature. So I think that even if three of these players have more results, I think the three that are here along with them can stack some surprise.
All
In,
right,
in
Grassi, sorry to interrupt. We are short on time, but I am going to ask you something else. As we look at the parcours for this evening, we have Milano Sanremo, we
yeah.
have La Planche, and we have Ronde. What to expect
No,
quickly of these three races?
no, we don't have La Blanche. We have Liège. La Blanche was in World Cup final.
Oh, sorry, it's the graphic that's wrong, and I didn't even look. I think you're correct, yes.
Yeah,
Actually, you are correct. Just so. The graphic was wrong. Oh, this graphic was from the World Championships. Yes.
yeah, because I believe EMEA posted them just
Yeah.
to do a
Uh,
comparison.
yeah, Milano San Remo was actually round one of that final from the World
Mhm.
Championships that I mentioned. Now we have Liège and Tour de Flanders instead of La Planche and Rome. So, what to expect of these three races?
I expect three sprints, or maybe two sprints. I'm pretty sure they will happen, unless let's start with Sanremo because I believe Sanremo it will be the most rich sprint because I believe the peloton will be probably the most full. Uh, I don't know if someone will go for the sprinter, but I ran some tests this morning. I believe if the race isn't made hard in that circuit with the sharp climb in the middle of the race, I believe even the sprinter could win this race. So I'm very curious to see who is going to play for who because this race allows a bit of a tactical diversification, but I don't think we will go out from the logic of a sprint. Then in Liège, you will have again, I believe, a sprint because usually Liège is it's very, it's very favorable for a sprint. And even if I mean, there are only 6 players in lobby, but I think it's difficult to make differences in Liège. So I believe it will be a sprint between the hill riders. So another sprint. The only race I have some doubts. A sprint can go to the finish. It's the Ronde van Vlaanderen because actually, first of all, it's a pretty long variant. It's like 269 kilometers. So I think it's one
Grassi,
of the longest. Yeah,
Grassi, sorry to interrupt. We will get back to this topic of Flanders.
yeah.
But first of all, the lobby is pretty much ready to go,
Ready.
so we will now go for the Champions League anthem.
Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was our anthem for the Champions League that we all know. But before we listen to Grassi again, he's going to tell us what he thinks about Flanders. Quick tale of the tape, by the way, and we're going to go with some explainings here. So, as we said before, three guys are in this final that were also in the last World Championships Classics finals. They are Basso, current silver medalist of the world. Swagston that won bronze. Joe was fourth. So these are the three. The champion was Aquarius at that time. He's not here today. Mir was fifth, and George from PCM UK was sixth. When it comes to Champions League, Joe Whiteley today, this evening, right now, is the defending champion. Second
Yeah.
place, Jakub, he's not here, and third was Basso. Rassi, what to expect from Flanders?
Yeah, as I was saying, maybe the longness of the race and also the fact so you have to pass a long windy section may hamper a bit bars for players. So in the decisive moment, maybe this will mean that the players who are most capable of managing their bars will get an advantage in the final walls. I mean, probably. That's the race I would expect not to finish in a sprint. But again, last year in the final of World Championship, if I'm not wrong, it was a sprint. So I don't know what to expect. So let's see, and let's hope at least we will have some fun racing because otherwise it's a painfully long night.
Yeah, I hope so. Given its classics, given the parkours, the possibility of some sprints, I hope that the in between is full of action. A quick reminder here again that our finalists are uh, Joe Whiteley, number one of the world rankings. Then we have Daniel Miko, who is number two of the world rankings. Shock. And then we actually have Basso that dropped to number six. Um, quick check on someone that I'm missing. I think it was Agap before Swaxon. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Um, let me just quickly get that window up. So here we have Joe Whiteley, as I said, first place. Daniel Nico is currently second. Leo Falandri, that would be here, was fourth, but he is not. He did not start.
Ladies and
Basso
gentlemen,
is currently
welcome.
the sixth. Then
Today's
we have
terrain is fairly level,
Swaxon in
so it's
12.
ideal ground for
I'm
those who are
forgetting
good on the
something that is
flat.
already in the lobby. I don't know who it is. One I know I missed. Who else is it? Joe, Miko, Swaxon, Basso. You get, oh yes, it's actually Barna, number 62 of the ranking with 183 points. We start.
And this final has started, yes. So after some flat, we will have 40 kilometers of flat just to just we will have um, to talk about something. So I hope they at least give us something to talk about.
First and foremost, the Secretary of the IMA would like to make an official communication. As we all know, we had some very controversial incidents yesterday on track, and I'm going to address this right as it should be. No bullshit. I'm just going to say outright. I have reviewed things that happened, especially the most controversial case, which was Ibra accusing the big dog of damaging his race. After I reviewed it, I came to the conclusion that no rule was broken and that I will not be warning myself. I mean, I will not be warning the big dog. So we move.
So first one to attack is Miko, which is already a surprising fact, if you ask me.
Actually, yeah. Did you think you were gonna say that as the first activity of the evening? Excuse me.
Yeah, and no one is actually reacting. They're just going slowly and keeping energies. To be honest, I think probably the reason is that probably they still don't have a clear strategy for this race because actually I think the more unpredictable a race is, the more difficult it is to decide who to send into the break. Okay, now
That's
Bazo
really a
goes
punchy attack.
and he's sending the flat guy, the hill guy. Yeah, yeah. Okay, the climber
Joe
and
actually
the
goes with
first.
four. Sprinter
Yeah,
included, couple
yeah,
guy,
78
puncher.
sprinter for Joe. And Miko now attacks. Now Miko is on the full team attack.
Team
Okay,
attack.
so
First team attack of the evening.
yeah,
Only a few riders are capable of
it
following
didn't
the very
take
fast pace up front.
long
Didn't
to
take
see it
long.
happen.
And it wasn't
But
even Barna.
yeah, to be honest, Miko is he doesn't look like he's going too
The
close
rider is looking to give the pack the slip.
to follow with his attack. In fact, now he's still ahead with these three riders, but the rest of the group has been caught. Now Joe has two men and Bazo has one, so I believe this break,
Is doomed.
yeah, isn't going very far. I think if
He's off on his own. The team
someone
sponsor won't be
decides to
disappointed.
attack, this someone is Agap.
Let's see what Agap brings to the table. I saw Puncher and
Swings a
Swags
something
into
else.
breakaway.
Everyone's attacking now, so I'm joining. I think Basso was moved again with some
yeah,
men.
Bazo moved and now
Team
the group
attack.
is basically back
So the
together.
group's going to the group's going to join again, and it's been an interesting start. Everyone trying something, nothing sticking
Yeah,
so far.
but again, you always see the most important problem of this game. The flat doesn't allow players to get an advantage when they go into the break. It's
A
difficult
courageous
to
rider is
get
looking to
an
break away.
advantage, and
It
so this
does.
ruins most strategies actually.
Indeed, it does not. I think that these values are still, given that the game is pretty much broken currently, will likely still need to be increased.
Yeah, and
But
now Joe on the attack, and this is a
yeah, I was
nice
gonna
move.
say we now have another movement, and we're getting close to the first climb of the day, so the first hill.
Look out, he's breaking away.
Nico and Albaso. I think Agap was gonna join as well, but not sure.
Yeah, I think so. And he's
I think
attacking with the couple with the hill guy. Maybe he's spacing, to be honest.
yeah, maybe he forgot to actually define the strength of the attack, but I guess
Hmm. At the moment, the situation is very favorable to Joe because actually Joe has those three men ahead, and he will keep gaining advantage when the riders behind stop
wait. Hey,
in
may I
their
go back to
attacks.
E1? I have to see who Joe has. 79 Mountain, couple guy in.
No, no, nothing so
70,
interesting to be honest.
81
I
couple.
think no, I
Don't
think
themselves.
he,
Yeah,
yeah.
some good helpers to keep ahead if you can. But for now, the advantage is relatively short, 1 minute.
I mean, the
81
81
flat.
flat
Yes,
guy
sorry.
isn't the most useful rider in this kind of race. I mean, you can use him part of the race if you want to take to keep the race shut, but I don't see the easy in long term of the race. Yeah, he has a high flat,
Through
but
the
he
right,
has
trying to
shit
break away from the bunch.
values in the other statistics. So I don't know. Now Baso tries to attack, and Miko is now controlling the race with Legak.
Okay, and I'm just looking at here. That's Miko working at the front, right?
Yeah, Miko is
Yep.
controlling the race a bit. To be honest, I think he was taking his riders ahead to attack, but let's see.
All right.
And in fact,
So
He broke from the
there it
pack like
goes.
a
I'm
greyhound.
currently trying to see Sagap.
Agap,
Because
I don't know what's his strategy actually because no, okay, yeah, he has attacked.
usually Agap's strategy seems to try and follow the current events.
Hmm. Well, to be honest, at this moment, I think the worst situation may be Joe's because everyone has
A rider
the
drops
All
out.
right.
sprinter in the
Uh,
break.
I think
Well,
that was Emea's guy or Ben Young's guy abandoning. Quick look at Joe Whiteley as we saw. The tail of the tape for him. Joe Whiteley is the current leader of
and
the.
Basso goes for the team attack here.
Wait,
Even if
where?
he got blocked
Uh,
by Barna, but then he's going for the full team attack now.
let's see. Things are starting to get tense here, but the gap is still holding around 1 minute. As I
Yeah.
was saying, Joe Whiteley is the current world leader of the world ranking. He has this year 92 road victories. Is still looking for his first medal in the Champions League. No, notorious wins include his win in the World Tour tournament by PCM Italia, and as well as like I said, Champions League title holder and quite a few wins, 92. How impressive is that resume, Rossi?
I wasn't following actually. What did you say?
I said I'm going to do a quick recap for you. I was talking about Joe Whiteley. He's the current
Go
leader
with
of the
me.
world ranking.
Go with me.
Uh, he is currently the defending champion of
Yeah, there is an
classics, and he
attack.
has
Sorry, there is an attack behind. That's Wegson with the full team
a full
actually,
team
and
attack.
Miko. Yeah, Miko joining.
And Basso is responding. Agap was trying to do something as well. I think and Swexon is like pulling like a madman right now, seeing if this works.
Yeah,
It
the
wasn't a
reaction has
bad
been quick
play.
behind though.
It wasn't a bad place to try and move like he did, but let's see. Basso seems to be ready to respond. Joe is advancing with Thomas Pitcock.
Yeah, this is a good move because
Uh,
actually Joe is in the position not to work. And what did Zwegson? Yeah, it
A
seemed
rider is
like
taking
for
his
a
turns
minute
alone.
Zwegson was stopping.
it's taking for now, but Agap already pacing at the front alongside Basso.
Yeah,
It
it's impossible to go.
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna last long. The downhill helped a little bit, but the gap is shortening. So, uh, yes, better than that. Quick heads up for the roster differences. Everyone has taken the 83 Sprinter except Joe and Swagson. Everyone took the 78 Sprinter. Everyone took the Puncher and the Cobbles guy. Everyone took the 83 Climber except Agap. 79 Climber was taken only by Basso, Joe, and Swagson. 79 Cobbles guy was taken only by Bardet, Miko, and Agap. And three riders took the 81 Flat Rider, Swagson, Joe, and Agap.
Yeah, usually when there is like difference in picking teams, it means it's a good race, I think.
And the big question we haven't done yet: do you think this
A
race
rider.
is tailor made for the Puncher?
Oh, I don't think it's for the puncher because actually climbs in the final are too steady. They don't make it. So I think it's a race for the 78 sprinter who can
A
become
rider
a
is looking
race
to
for
break
the
away.
80 sprinter too, because if they don't race, as I said, the next circuit, the Colamichieri circuit, with right pace, sprinter can actually keep pace with the others on
But
climbs, because
They're
actually
already the
climbs
guys
are
up front are
steady.
going to be making
Cipressa,
sure they cross the line.
especially Pompeiana, is a steady climb. The group split now. Actually, the
uh,
group split.
I see that there were still a few people behind A1 Emir when you can. A1.
Yeah, I think Daniel Miko is behind,
Miko,
Basso is
Pasto,
behind,
Barna,
Barno is
Agap.
behind. Well, they made the join.
Uh, if it continues like it has been so far, now things are obviously calming down. This might actually be a tough race for the sprinters, the 83 ones at least.
It will depend on how they will ride from now on, because now there is the terrain in difficulty some sprinters, especially the ones bad positioned on this
The Riders
climb,
are even
because
pushing above 10%.
they will lose a massive amount of bars trying
First
to not
class of
lose
Colami Cherry.
position.
I hope I said that correctly,
Yeah, yeah,
Rossi.
yeah. It was good.
And Agap and Miko are actually trying to close that gap to the break right now.
Yeah, they're trying probably exactly
Calma,
what I
bro.
said.
Calma.
And it's Zwegzon. Zwegzon is one of the players without the heel rider, no, the sprinter. So that's why he's pacing a lot. And see how the group split.
Wow, so many stretching and splitting. The pace has been high so far. I gotta say that it has been entertaining in that regard.
Yeah, at the moment it has been a good race. Let's see if it continues.
There's an attacking the group at the front.
It's
Oh, Joe actually attacking
Joe is
again.
going. Has to go now.
Swagson was
Attack from the
trying
rider.
to stay with him. It doesn't happen. Groups rejoin again, and Joe continues to go. Agap was attacking behind, I think, but didn't get Agap. Agap
I
didn't
think
get
I think
Agap.
Joe will attack in some of these next climbs, because actually the only reason those riders were all helpers who will take the pace, or even being because he has the 79 mountain, he has the other guy, puncher maybe. Well, you are only helpers, and in fact he's pacing now. He's pacing now with Swagzon.
Joe was trying to get
Calma,
everyone
bro.
together for him. He
Calma.
manages, and we have a communication, an official one from the IMA president to former Secretary Grassi. Of course, this is a good race. I designed
We're
it.
halfway to the finish line. The team leaders should be coming
Well,
more and more to the fore.
yeah, let's focus on the race, because Barna was 80 sprinter. To be honest, the originally designed race by EMEA was 250 kilometers long, so it was.
Of course, it was.
Well, I think it was better, because the longer, the better. As
Um,
that's what she said, actually.
um, Grassi, five guys from Joe here. He's taking, I
Yeah.
think, everyone he has. Is this a wise move at 90 kilometers to go?
Yeah, I think it's soon, but now players are behind. Will need to do hard pace on climbs, and this means their sprinter will suffer, and this means 83 sprinters are going to have hard
This climb features
times
some
keeping
dreadful
the pace
percentages.
with the 78. So Joe is trying to do what he has to do to win, actually.
Um, do you think this is I don't know if the best way, but one of the most effective ways to try and drop those sprinters?
Calma,
That's the
bro.
end of the
Yeah,
race.
I think so. I think so, and I think Swagzon should have been with him, because actually even Swagzon
Doesn't
has
have
this
it.
problem. Now he's pacing hard. He's been pacing hard because I think he's trying to split the group, and we've seen that after Colamichieri, splits can happen. And yeah, as you see, sprinters are suffering a lot.
Yes, they are. Sagan from Basso uh, trying to hold on there, being managed by Basso with care. Let's see for how long they can last. They've been suffering right now. They're
Yeah,
definitely not
and there
gonna
he
have.
goes,
Oh,
Wexon on
Swexon.
Capomele.
Looking to give the pack the slip.
It's Coconut
Zwexon,
that attacks
yeah,
from Swexon.
yeah, Zwexon did the right move actually, but everyone was following him, which means also sprinters lost some other bars, I
Six-man
believe,
train from Daniel
or
Miko, the
Migo.
first for the first one that we sing about tonight. Definitely not the last one.
And we go on the last Colamichieri.
And at Palami Gabby, we have again almost everyone back together. There's still one rider from Joe ahead. He's about to catch up to the others. Joe is trying to get Luke Rowe back. That would be a sixth
Yeah,
rider back.
KOM bro. KOM.
Kawan, bro. Yeah, the end of the climb, the end of the circuit, and let's see. We will see later the damages this circuit has done. I think.
Luke Rowe desperately trying to catch on. He still has some time. I was going to say, Rossi, at this rate, it's pretty much almost a given by now that the sprinters will not be having the totality of the red bar, even if it's full, which I doubt it will be. But
Yeah,
they will have lost a part of it, right?
yeah. I think they have lost a significant amount that will prevent them to keep the pace on final climbs. Maybe they will keep until Pompeiana, but then on Poggio the pace will just prevent them to keep the pace. I think unless someone has been particularly good to keeping them.
Um,
Let's
Rossi,
see. Bazo now goes. This is a smart move.
He's
we
going to
have a
take
quick
the lead by
information
himself.
here. Joanne, sorry, Swaxton is the only 81 flat drop so far. It's we have to remind quickly people that he and Joanne Swaxton didn't bring the 83 Sprinter. They chose to bring the 81 Flat Rider. Do you think that was the best option?
Well, actually, they used them to attack on the flat part. Actually, and they were using a pretty similar tactic. Even if I think by now the more effective in the tactic has been Joe because Wexon
This is the
lost in
last third of the race. The
some
team leaders have their
moments
minds fixed on today's goal.
that could be good for him. Now we have this break with with 7 riders, 3 from Barna and 4 from Baso. And we have the 78 sprinter for Barna, I'm sure, because it's Cocart. And I don't know the riders from Basso. Okay, okay. Yes, the flat guy, the mountain guy, yeah.
The Cobbles guy as well.
Yeah,
And
and
the
I
fourth
think
one,
now this attack can be good because actually, if he plays for the flat guy, to be honest, the flat guy will be a solid pick now for his attack. I believe he's trying to make the race for him now while keeping the sprinter behind and seeing if it survives.
Geraint Thomas is attacking. Joe is on the run
Yeah, and he has to do it because actually he needs to
with
get
Pitcock. So
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and now this will put him in a advantage situation, obviously because the puncher has better sprint than
Can this
the.
be? Can these guys that are on the run be onto something here as the climbs are about to start? The G press now?
He should try to catch them, but I think he will try with the puncher on the climb to join them because he's 40 seconds back, so he has to close it now.
G Pressa has begun 4.5 kilometers, 227 meters of altitude at 4.3 average. And um,
Barna lost riders.
yeah, actually, I was gonna say that Agapov and Nico were working,
Yeah,
but Barna lost rather. It's been a bit messy, and also Swaxton Basso isolates
one lost rider.
himself
Yeah,
again.
Joe dropped. Joe dropped.
Oof. Joe definitely trying to save the seven. the 78 sprinter there.
The
Swagson's
78 sprinter, I believe he has pretty easy to survive here on these climbs. In fact, I
oh,
don't know why
Basso,
Barna got dropped.
Basso already used one of his helpers. Swagson accelerating now as the Cipressa is about to end.
Buzz is dangerous. Buzz is dangerous because actually you don't have much time to recover an
In these zones.
advantage, and he has 1 minute and a half now. This attack can become dangerous. He has the
Even for
84 heal guy.
even for Joe, 50 seconds with only two riders, it's not going to be easy at all.
No, Joe now should wait for the others for the group because actually the move was right, but he did miss actually the right train, and he's already saying GG. I think it's more than mind games, but actually Bazo is on a very dangerous attack.
Yeah, and now it's Agapov putting some pace there.
Yeah, Agap is pacing a
He
lot.
was trying to attack. I don't know.
No, he's not trying to attack, he's just pacing as hard as he can.
I saw the attack notification though. This is why I was maybe it was for I don't know. Yeah, I cannot
Yeah.
tell. Swags are now going 99 as well. They know they have very little time to close this as the Cipressa is on again 44 seconds. This is the place where they need to close it. They need to close it before the climax.
Now
Now
Buzz is
Barna
going to
is
gain. Now Buzz is going to gain again.
yep. Very poor handling there because as people saw Swagson's right dying, they should have been ready to relay after him.
Well, this space will surely prevent sprinters to win this race.
Yep, that seems to be the guarantee, but we still have a victory to fight for with all the riders left, and Basel is looking good right now, but still not a done deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult that he
KOM,
goes to
bro.
the finish,
KOM.
but
However,
let's
bro,
see.
indeed. And now the Nico has tried to position his guys at the front, but it's
And
now
now
Swaxon.
super pace by Swagson.
Push hard by Swaxon, but the climb is going to end.
Who is
And
the rider
Basel,
dropped behind P?
it's a couple of dudes from Barn.
Okay, it's a cobbler from Barnes. Very interesting. Demar is in a bad position.
I think that right now, 30 seconds only, but there's not much time left. If they make one single mistake in this chase like they did earlier, that might be all she wrote for them.
Yeah. But to be honest, Bazo has to pace a lot now because behind people will pace very
We're in the
hard.
Pompeana, and they are so close. Are we gonna have a bunch finish, or are we gonna have Basso uh, triumphing in
No, he
this
won't win.
attack?
He won't win alone, I think.
Oh, but he's getting the gap again.
Yes, because people don't pace consistently. At this
Yep.
point, if I was Bazo, I will go all out for the puncher because
This.
actually they're not they're trying to keep sprinters so they have
Yeah.
not to go fast on
This
the
has
climb part.
been a very consistent issue during the
Yeah,
regular season. We see people breaking the chain of relay so many times for so
The pace
many
is so high
idiotic
that a new
and
reasons.
he has
rider's
been
gonna be
catched.
very sorry at the
And
end of the day.
Thomas Pitcock from Joe is at the front. He is dead.
Yeah, the group
But he
sketched, but
survived.
another group split.
Ooh, he got
Uh,
dropped.
A gap is dropped,
Terrible place to be dropped at. He needs to
We're
get his
just
shit
20
together
kilometers
quick,
from the
and I
finish,
think he's
so
gonna rejoin. He
things should come
rejoins.
down to a mass sprint for the
We
line.
have
yeah.
one more climb to go.
I think in the end the sprinters can still make it. Okay,
KOM, bro.
Zwags on the attack.
The
KOM.
rider is taking his chance alone.
Swagson now trying his luck. He takes three riders. Basso seemed to be the one that was gonna the pace. He didn't. Agap loses another rider.
I think there are
Syndico
still
still has four. Barna three.
I think there are still a lot of 83 sprint. Someone dropped again. A1,
A1
and
A1.
it's
It's
gap.
Agap. Agap's
It's A
struggling.
gap again. Yeah, he's pacing probably with the riders with
We've got
shit
15 kilometers to the finish
downhill.
Downhill,
line.
likely. If we could see the first riders
And
from him right now.
Barna's just killed his 83 sprinter.
Oof, and
Miko is in the best
Swaxon is
position.
about to be closed. Swaxon is about to be closed, and Poggio hasn't
And
begun yet.
off he
2.6
goes. He's
kilometers.
going
He
to get one
manages
left
to
go.
survive to fight another day with a new attack from Swift. 21
Okay,
seconds.
kinda looks like Miko is in the best position now. But
He's
let's
doing.
see.
He's probably doing the best move since he already spent the energy he needs to try and go all out for
10
this attack.
kilometers to the finish line.
Joe is a bit behind. You don't see him in the first part of the peloton,
Yep, that's a terrible
which
place
is
to be at.
yeah.
Poggio.
And we start Poggio.
Swaxon drops a rider. Still has two at the front.
Yeah, pay
The Poggio
attention to
only has.
Swagzone.
Yeah, the Poggio only has 4.5 kilometers. It isn't really hard or long. This is the final play from Swaxon, and Basso is the one trying to close. He might actually be able to do it. Yes, should be. Joe now recovering position at all the pace
Yeah,
he
I'm
can, and
this.
Swaxon desperately trying to hold on, but Joe might close it for him. He doesn't. Swaxon goes in.
Well,
5 kilometers to
Swagzone is still ahead, and I think Swagzone is going to the finish.
Oh, Swaxon cannot rest right now. He needs to keep that gap. He keeps it, and if he does, he might actually have this. Let's see.
Yeah,
It's still two
he
kilometers.
has a good advantage. Let's see.
Ah,
He will finish. He will finish the downhill in first place, which is the best position to be.
yeah, it's not looking bad for Swaxon, but still 2 kilometers to go in that sprint. It's
Oh,
gonna be one
he
to
did
everyone.
stop.
As one is at the front, Ega from the right side. Swaxon still has primary position for the sprint, but Passo is right there on his wheel. It's gonna be Ega. It's gonna be. Oh my God! It's gonna be Miko.
It's gonna
Miko.
be Demar. It's
Miko
gonna
one
be
two.
Oh,
Demar.
it's a superb sprint win
Miko
for
one two.
Arnaud Demar.
Yeah, Miko 1-2.
And
He gets the sprinter.
Barna does third, Agap fourth, Barna does fifth,
The
Joe
riders
Whiteley
bringing
does
up the rear.
sixth, and Swagson only eighth,
I good.
and Basso only ninth, and then 11th.
Double by Miko. Best.
What a Mickey Mouse finish! Some of the positions that I mean, the final
Yeah.
positions, given those that actually played consistently and tried something, the ending was very anticlimactic. Would you agree?
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
I I I was saying it was a very Mickey Mouse finish
Yeah, it
because of
was.
the especially because of the final standings. Because some of the guys that tried something and played consistently ended up getting screwed.
Yeah, and also I think the worst move of them all was the one by Basso who closed on. Actually, he closed on Zwegson just to be ninth, which is
Yeah,
actually the worst positioning. He was also behind Zwegson, so he basically gifted Miko. I
yeah,
mean,
he was last place.
Miko didn't relay a single meter in the final kilometers, and he had
Yeah,
the best position.
1-2 for the French places him in a very
Yeah, he
privileged
got
position.
120 points.
Yeah, Joe never really recovered a good enough position to finish.
Yeah,
Properly. And Swaxon, I don't know what happened with him. I don't know if he hesitated or something. Instead of just going full out for the sprint, he actually
yeah.
stopped a little bit. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think no. Actually, I think for Wexham it was the only move he could do because actually,
Because of the
yeah, he
energy?
had to do this, but actually, the way people behind played favored Barna and Miko because actually they could get both sprinters to the finish without particular problems.
Oof, I think Joe got blocked by Mother Russia riders.
Yeah, probably.
Happens, sucks. The Ukrainian riders of AGAP actually caught Joe. Emir is actually saying I think Joe had it, but got stuck between two Ukrainians. I'm not sure. I don't remember that part specifically, but AGAP is confirming. So sucks. Blocks have been tremendously influential in the worst possible way in this game for a long time. This year, even worse. So Miko won two, Barnabas third and fifth. Agapov does fourth and seventh. Joe Whiteley does only sixth. Swagson does only eighth, and Basso in the Mud ninth place. Joe Whiteley closes the top 10 with the 10th spot.
So let's wait for points because actually I believe in
We
terms of
currently have the
points we already have
classifications,
a
by
fun
the way.
situation.
We currently have the current standings. That Daniel Miko's leading with 120 points, Barna second 72, Agap third 50 points, Joe Whiteley fourth 35, Swaxon fifth 25, and Basso in the Mud 18 points. El Colombiano
Hey,
also says our first comment of the evening, llegadas de mierda. So I
uh,
cannot disagree.
no, yeah. I think it's time we understand this race is made for sprinters, maybe because actually I thought that making the race hard on Colamichieri was the right spot for making the sprinters suffer, and in some way they did, but still it didn't matter because actually I don't know what's in the game, but actually the 83 sprinters went to the finish and ended up winning. I think maybe also settings of the stage maybe helped. I don't know, but yeah, that's what happened.
All right, and with this, if things finish right now, Daniel Deco would be celebrating gold, Barna would be celebrating silver, so the French Armada would be taking the two main medals, and AGAP would get a bronze medal. But there's still two races to go. The big question here is, unless something disastrous happens for Miko, he can at least start to believe that he has like a foot and a half at the door of a podium.
Yeah, I think Miko now is in the best place as possible for podium. It won't be easy, yeah, but he knows how to sprint. I think he tried the stages before playing
As
or
always,
before even picking them, so he
oh,
knows very
obviously.
well those races, these races. I think, and I believe it will be hard for podium because actually in this kind of classics, um, race controlling is easier than having some hard races. So I think Miko probably is now in position for podium. I don't know if he's in the best position for winning, but he may be. So
Well,
let's
he's
see what
certainly
happens.
in the best position available. Doesn't mean he has the
Ah,
win
yeah, yeah.
guaranteed.
He
Far
did
from
one,
it.
two.
But he's
He got
definitely in the
so
best
many points.
possible scenario he could have. It's still just early days yet, so there's still two more races to go. 200 more points at the very least to be handed as a winning prize. So let's see.
Well,
Do you
you know,
think
he has
that
50
sorry,
points.
do you think that Joe Swagson and someone else I'm forgetting, Basso, can still come back from this to get in those Swiss spots?
Um, the problem is now that maybe try to recover while people ahead of them will try to prevent them to recover because most of them would already be happy with the
I don't
with
know.
the medal. So I think that this can be the worst situation possible for them. But we will see.
All right, and we wait for the second stage to start as EMEA is doing Eastern Europe, and I think everyone is ready aside that.
Liège is going to be probably boring.
Um, the IMA would
Also,
like
this
to.
sorry.
Yes, yes. No, go, go, go.
No, 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 go. But then
I was
then I
saying that the IMA would like to confirm that if the final standings are these as we see, we will be issuing via our president an apology on stream before the night ends. You were saying, sorry?
Yeah. Also, I will add that this should be the last Champions League edition if Miko gets a medal. But
Actually, I do want to ask you about this because it's been discussed, especially yesterday. There was this huge talk with the game not being at a good place right now that events might start to shrink even more. Could this be the last Champions League, and could this World Cup be the last World Cup?
I hope not, because actually I'm fond of this game. I'm fond of tournaments, so I will hope that players will just keep arriving and will keep playing. But yeah, if the game doesn't improve, there will be less sellings, so the community will still be very closed one. There isn't a change. We risk actually to see this community die, and this will be all uh, Sainida's fault.
All
Sadly,
right,
risk
uh,
is here.
we go for Liège, and I'm being told that this is the worst Liège with another random finish. Fun days.
What? Sorry.
I was saying we're going to the start of Liège, as I was told that this is the worst Liège variant with another random finish. Fun
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it is. In fact, that's what I was
Watch
trying to
out,
say
your team
before.
leader is falling
The
behind.
finish of this Liège is actually a shit. Is very shit because you have the downhill finishing at 3 kilometers from key 3 kilometers to go, and you have a turn 1.8 kilometers to the finish, a slow turn. So actually, not even a turn. You don't have effect. So it will be nice.
Wow. Could be an advantage here as someone who picked and probably tried these stages.
Yes, I think so. I actually think so. But I also think that this
Your
race
courageous
in the
rider is looking to
middle
break
is a
away.
bit more difficult than the other Lièges because there is no flat. So you have to continuously control the riders, continuously adjust the pace. If you play with dot, obviously with free effort. So let's see.
All right, ticket for a minute. I'll be right back when Swaxon is on
Mhm.
already on E1.
Well, this is a good move. This is a good move for Swagzon. Well, apparently Benjong made better and still it's a shit finish. So imagine what the finish was before.
A rider is looking to give the pack the slip.
Sean? Okay, apparently I'm alone now. Okay. Okay, so well, the race has started now with the effect. We have Meek on the attack,
Attacked by Carfield.
and Joe now is trying to join the rest of the players ahead. Peloton is already down to 15 riders, and I believe this will be a good situation to see some attacks from the group behind,
That's
because
really
the
a
group
punchy
has
attack.
a few riders,
Things are heating up in front.
and so I think it will be a good place to attack. In fact, Baso tries the attack, and this could be a bad situation for Joe, because actually, if they close, no, okay, Joe closed on the group ahead, but the group ahead will be closed behind actually. Baso was pacing, trying to go. So the break has been neutralized, ex- except for Zwegzon, who is still ahead and he keep gaining seconds. His advantage now is 1 minute and 60 seconds. 16 seconds. Now Miko goes again at the start of this long full splat, and A gap goes with him. Everyone is trying to send four riders into the break. This can be a good move, but I then if everyone sends four riders in the break, then who is going to pace? Okay, now Joe looks like he's going to pace, and it looks like Joe is going to attack with five riders. Five riders from Joe. And now Basso attacks with four. I think he's trying to close. Yeah, he closes the gap. I don't know why Joe left one rider behind. Now in A1, let's see who is going to pace. Joe has sent the 83 mount. And I don't know, well, the 83 for the race. If you try for long range. And someone is dropped in A1, but they came back immediately. Now A1 is just S. I think A gap was the one dropped with the lone rider by Joe who failed. And Swagson still keeps a minute's advantage. He's losing much time because while players try to breach on him, they just impede themselves. Now we can see some cows, and we are passing down highway. Since when the cows moves? Why you should talk like that to your mother? No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Okay, Joe on the attack.
Look out, he's
Joe on the
breaking away.
attack, and he goes at the end of this climb, which was actually a climb. It was long and uphill. So he tries to breach, and he has gained seconds already, which is very passive at the moment. Now, four riders from A gap and some other riders compose the P, which is three from. Okay, no, the group has been. The group has already catch them. Swagzon keeps the advantage. He's spacing it with walls. He's a 78 sprinter who was big protagonist before. And again, the group has sketched Joe too. Now Agap looks like he's trying to go on the attack, and Miko looks like he's trying to close on every attack, acting like the boss of the peloton, actually, trying to prevent too much riders to go into the break just to make the race easier to control for himself. Now goes
He
Joe,
broke from the
trying
pack
to
like a
breach
greyhound.
on Agap with Luke Rowe on the attack. And let's see Miko. Let's see what Miko will try to do. He attacks, and he has attacked with the 83 Mountain Rider. So now Basso with him. They will try to catch the group formed by Aigap and Joe. While we are approaching some climbs. Terrain isn't easy in this first part of the race. The break now has been uh, by everyone because Swagzon obviously wasn't going to go alone. Now Joe is trying to
Falling
go
behind.
with
Our
this
team leader
full
is falling
team
behind.
basically because he has attacked with three riders. He's just keeping Peacock in the group behind, which looks like a bold move, leaving. And let's see if this works actually, because it's a particular situation, and now I don't know because there are 12 rider left, and now Zwegson goes on the attack on this climb to join break, and I think that closes down the break in a definitive way. In
And
fact,
if you just joined us, these are the champions, and this is the Champions League. We quickly move. Sorry to interrupt you, Russell. We
don't
quickly
worry, don't
move
worry.
to the roster differences in this stage. So, as it follows, we currently have four out of our six finalists with the same roster. It is Miko, Paso, Agap, and Swax, and they all take the 83 climber, the puncher, the 79 climber, the 75 climber, the 78 sprinter, and the cobbles guy. The only two different rosters are Barnes and Joe's. They take the same roster. They drop the 81 flat rider. Sorry, they drop the 75 climber and take instead the 81 flat rider. Rossi, thoughts?
Well, yeah, we're having a pretty particular situation. When talking about rosters, I believe for this it's a bit more standardized. Yeah, everyone should take the most effective roster. Um, we'll see, because actually differences then impact a lot on how players behave during the race. So I'm curious to see how these small will impact. But I think we will see a more standardized race. We are on the first coat of the day, Côte de la Roche en Ardennes, and this has been a pretty nice race until now, because we have had plenty of movements, and we're having still some movements now. Also, the steepest part of the climb is this. I believe with the attacks that are coming, the group can split in this part. So let's see what happens. Be
Currently, we
ahead.
also have we had a poll on our chat asking if Nico would win gold after 120 points on stage one. Three people said hell no. One people said yes. Nico Mouse ending. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we all we all
Uh,
risk a Miko Mouse ending. In the
right
meantime,
now,
we have the three. Sorry. So what
right now,
were you
there's
saying?
still 3 out of 4 people that voted that believe that Nico will bottle it. But how realistic is this scenario currently?
Well, there is always the risk to it, but it's difficult, especially when
Only a few riders are
classics
capable of following the very
with
fast pace
a
in front.
certain ending. It's difficult to battle, but we
We
will
had
see.
an attack by Joe Whiteley, A1 maybe?
We have three
A2,
riders from Joe in the
A2.
break. We have then a lot of players behind. Now I'm curious to see exactly the peloton, because
They broke
actually
from the pack like a
this is the
greyhound.
worst place as possible for Joe to try to attack. Yeah,
Quite the quite the confusing race situation with 21 people on the break. The break is actually the so-called peloton now.
yeah, because actually okay, Joe sent, so yes,
Saxon going with Pool. Nope, just
yeah, but he can't do the difference with the acceleration.
he just decided against the right
And
there.
Agap is doing exactly the same thing as, but with slower pace. And Barna now
I
is pacing.
He's gonna put Klepikov in the actual break.
Yeah, he's
Seems like
trying
it.
to.
Think he's gonna
To be
succeed, and there
honest,
he goes.
yeah, we risk to see the race is ahead, behind now, as seeing that everyone, four riders ahead, the less one, which I don't know who is. Probably the one with less rider is Barna. So Barna should work behind all, or he should go for the attack. But I
Who do
believe,
we have here, though, is the question in terms of riders left in this peloton.
yeah, I believe the hill guys are all here. Yeah, in fact, hill guys are all here. So actually, the here.
Yeah,
So
just
let's
waiting
see what
for
happens.
interesting,
The
interesting.
race, yeah, the race is still far from being finished, because the route, yeah, as I said, is very particular. There is no real flat, and so I think everything can happen if they don't find
Swaxon on the run. Swaxon is on the run with
Wegzone
uh,
and Joe.
four riders. Joe as well. And Basso is going to try and actually leave the remaining guys behind.
Hmm.
In the A1 group, was A1 group. Now everything is shattering,
Yeah,
but
now
they
it's
are
split a lot.
they close to the front of the race. Quick look at A2, not A2, at there we go. There is no
Table
more A1
through
and
is the
2.
actual break.
Yeah, there is no more A1 and A2 because the groups joined there, but E1 is still there and Basso sending four riders, including a
Yeah,
78 sprinter Stocha.
but he didn't pace, so I believe he's going to be taken from the group behind as fast as we can.
EMEA, meanwhile, is asking the most important questions of this life. Since when do the cows move?
I told him he should not talk like that of his mother.
Love it. Uh, 8 riders, 1 minute, nothing decided, far from it. It's a very short gap.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to maintain that, even if Miko now has entered the full Miko mouse move mode, so he's trying to control the race.
Well, as he should, because this time it's actually justified as he is the current leader and has no one at the front.
Yeah, it
It's
is. And to be honest, if I was him, I would try to pace hard on Côte de Saint Roche because actually it has steep percentages. So actually he could take some people by surprise and drop them.
British Armada retaining around 1 minute gap, but A gap is attacking with Preva.
Yeah, in the worst possible position because he attacked the interns.
Yep, and Daniel
Now Miko
Miko.
goes again.
Daniel Miko going. We have a new poll here in the chat, which I'm actually going to vote for. Who will win this?
Well, at the moment, I believe everyone will say Miko.
Currently, we have two votes. 100% of the voting poll says Joe Piper. Give
Well,
us your vote, chat.
Joe was ninth in the first. But there is no vacancy, right?
Hmm? Sorry, what?
There are no vacant points, right? So Joe got the points for the fourth place.
Um, yes, there are no vacant points, only the bonus of 20 points for Miko doing the 1-2.
And now let's see Côte de Saint Roche, which is the hardest climb of the route,
Got the
probably.
Sarosh underway. There's some strong pacing there at the front from Basso and the
Yeah, Basil
peloton.
was trying to split the group. He
Why are
didn't.
there 10 riders 10 minutes behind?
A1, I think it's probably EMEA's riders.
Not Emmaus. Well, his and
Ben
Banyon's,
Young
yes.
riders. Ben Young
Yeah.
riders then.
All right, probably his and Banyon's, yes. All right, so British Armada is still at the front. Swaxon getting back in touch with Joe. That's 8 riders. That's only 52 seconds. How long can this actually realistically last? And by the way, the poll is to the winner of Liège, not the gold medal. How long can this break last, Grassy?
I mean, I think they have a pretty good understanding of race situations, and I think also about each other. So I think they know how to work together. And I think if they work as hard as they can and behind, they don't maintain cooperation. It's going to be hard to catch them. And
I see
Basso,
an attack from Basso.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Basso is actually in a bad situation because he has the full team behind,
show
which
us
can
it now.
also be a good situation
Joe
because now,
immediately trying to get in there like a hawk. Miko is there with his two remaining
yeah, now
riders
he's
as well.
trying. Now Basso is trying to cook the others. He's trying to pace a lot.
Well, he's gonna catch up to the second group.
Yeah.
Joe White
And Joe will
is gonna
pick
catch
off.
up.
Yeah, the situation.
Agapov is gonna close as well. And who's a 1v5?
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
it's Barna
Barna
and
behind with
Swaxon.
two riders from Swagzone. Now stop.
Messy
Basus
race,
rider stopped. What's
messy race situation right now, but it seems that
okay?
everyone's about to.
Bazo fell asleep,
And this
and
killed
now he.
for a bit the advantage of the break, but they still subside back to around 1 minute, give or take.
Yeah, they will. Now they will gain again, and I think they will gain. There are no attacks from behind, and I think there won't be for the moment. Okay, I was joking. I gap again.
And Agapov and Miko again trying to join
But
T1.
this race, this race behavior is actually very energy consuming because you attack. They are doing a constant pace. So this will be this will be important, I think, in the end.
Well,
Also,
as someone who played far more of the regular season than I would have wanted, than I actually wanted to at the start of the season, this was going to be a more relaxed season for me. Ended up not being. I can tell you that this constant pace style of playing has been very frequent there, and ultimately it just kills everyone. At the end, everyone's dead, and they pretty much go into a random outcome.
okay, so actually the game is shit, basically.
Yes, yes.
That's how we can resume it.
That's a very good way to resume that, to shorten it, to be succinct. And in the meantime, um, one
Yeah,
minute
we
and
have a
20.
nice situation actually because now Joe and chased by Agap and Miko, and so this leaves actually Barna, Baso, and
Miko
Chase.
pacing with a dead rider,
Yeah,
and now he
in
finally
fact, he
corrects it.
lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
lost time.
completely lost time over it. He now tries and
I
fix
think
it with the very
Baso is
small.
attacking now.
Oh yes, I see five riders on the move.
I
I have
think
no idea why
maybe
EMEA doesn't
he's
notice these
him
things.
or Barna. No, behind.
Behind E3,
No, it's Barna. It's
it's
Barna
Barna.
actually.
And Swaxon immediately trying
And
to
so
prepare his
I
riders.
think
Then Omiko goes.
yeah, Baso is behind team, and so I think Baso will attack
Dangerous position
at
for
some
Basso to
place.
be in.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's what I think he's trying to make players forget about him and go with the full team at some point. Still, I don't know. I don't know where because actually the road to attack is
yeah, he's
finished.
pacing now and he's starting to accelerate into this
Yeah,
attack.
I've become very good at reading the races.
Emma, give us
Well,
a time gap between T1 and Joe's leader
yeah,
because
he
he's
has
still
already
in the
lost.
peloton. And
Well,
that
he now
was
breaks the
a
peloton, and
six-man sprint from Basso.
this is actually a nice situation again because actually Baza was riders,
129.
and let's see if he keeps because actually he's eliminating some players.
Demolishing rhythm, everyone trying to catch up. In this case,
Yeah,
Swaxon, Agap, and Barna are on the run.
they're
Out
lucky. This is
there.
the easiest part of the whole race.
Yep, and they're gonna close right about now. The break lives to fight another day.
Yeah. Barna, Agap, and Swagzone still doesn't get the group. They did.
Swaxon
They
living
start. They
dangerously
did
there,
not.
expecting Barna to be efficient at closing it, which he was
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. It was a very dangerous position to be. Now let's see. Agap looks like he wants to pace now. No, he wants to attack
He's going
again.
to attack, and
He's still
three
attacking.
riders.
Yeah. because I
78,
think most
and
of the riders are going to be dead. And I believe now on Côte de One we will
oh,
see. Now it's start. Now the hard part of Liège is starting.
yep, Côte d'Ivoire has begun, 3.4 kilometers, and
Let's see.
We're
We have
starting
the
the last third
first
of the
small
race.
climb and then big part of the climb, which is 2 kilometers long.
Agapov is about to join the front, was about to join the front group, but I don't know what he decided to do there, that halted his progress, and
And now I think
it's
This climb
Basel
features some
is
dreadful
going to
percentages.
attack soon.
oof, tough climb there for Joe. Whiteley lost, uh, almost lost his third guy due to not being dead, but due to complications there. He seems to be
Yeah,
back with him.
yeah. I think this good concatenation of climbs is going to make some damage because I think some helpers will be tired from the constant attack and go that happened in the first part of the race.
Varna is now at the front for the rider, pacing, but um,
And because Wegson actually attacked with the leader.
as expected, he doesn't keep the pacing as constant as he should. Gives another breather for the break, but it's now Mika that's gonna close it.
Yeah, but yeah, Migo is counting on the next part to close. But actually, the race now is going constantly up and down. So let's see what happens. And
It's becoming
the six-man train isn't actually the most ideal thing to do, especially in these climbs.
right now. The race has been going at a consistent high pace. It's been very eventful. Let's see how much energy they will have left for the ending.
I think the best situation is for Miko now because he actually is having people riding for him. So let's see what happens. Because Basso
Basso's
is
gonna go.
going to attack, but
That's
Basso.
it isn't effective attacking like that. No, he now got a gap with Miko, but I think it's going to be closed soon.
And he's gonna slow down there, or is he gonna keep going? He's gonna keep going though.
I don't know.
No, he stops now, and the break lives
Yeah,
the
Miko
fight
now should
another
have
way.
attacked. Miko now should have attacked.
He lost a great timing there indeed. That was a perfect
Yeah.
place to try it.
Now they stopped, and this is going to the advantage for Joe and
Back to
Swagson.
115.
Yeah, 120. And now
Yeah, it's
Klepikov
growing.
working.
My question to you, at 67 kilometers to go, how long with four riders for Swags and three for Joe? How long can they take this?
It
Can
depends
this
if
go to the end?
someone decides to suicide for the whole community behind. Because actually, if someone decides to pace a lot,
So
they, yeah,
so they're fucked, is what you're saying, because that's usually what happens.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think catch, but let's see what happens.
The riders are
Maybe
going
not
through a
here,
fairly tough portion with
but
percentages above 10%.
Col du Rosier and Swaxon still retaining four riders at the front because he did bridge with his leader, and I think he's still there with him.
yeah, let's see behind if someone decides to pace because if Agap keeps pacing with
Miko,
the 80, he isn't going enough. Miko now is pacing as it should be. This climb isn't very hard.
oof, Joe's down to two though.
Yeah, but Zwegson is with 4 or 3 now,
Swaxon three now.
and I don't think the group behind will have different energies from the one ahead. Apart from Basel, we still have 5 riders, and I don't know the use of them. And now they stopped. They stopped again. And this is going
Wow.
to the full advantage for Joe and Swag.
And Barna or no Basso,
Now it's
99
Basso
pacing.
pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to. He should be ahead. He shouldn't be there.
He might play his cards in favor of Miko, Barna, and Agat though, because he's not at the front. He lost that timing. He's now playing
For catching them.
for catching him, which yes, he needs to win and everything and all of that. But uh, others that are actually ahead of him should be the ones using that manpower. So things not working that terrible for Miko, who's not the one pacing.
Yeah, let's see, because actually the situation is very unpredictable. To catch them, spend energies, and they will have to spend them now. All they're going section of the race. They're called the Côte de Desnier.
Desperate pacing there from Basso and Barna, maybe. Yes.
And
And now Swaxon
Swagzon
goes with
goes,
Swift. Swaxon goes with his
which is
cobbles, riders, rider, Connor Swift
which is
trying to
also
get a footman.
always
Doesn't work.
yeah,
This
that's
climb is
always a
feared by
move
many
that
riders. The percentages are very
he's
high.
bad to do.
It's very
In fact,
dangerous if not done properly. It shortened the gap there, but uh, the climb was small and they go back to downhill until uh, the next difficulty, Côte de la Redoute, and 9 kilometers, point 0.5, and 40 seconds now.
yeah, to have some possibilities, they have to arrive to La Redoute with advantage. But I don't know if it's going to happen because actually Zwegzon has one rider dead.
Barner doing the full
No, it was
was doing.
Bazo still.
Ah,
Bazo is
oh,
still
Basso, yes.
Barna is will sucking here.
Yeah. Just
And Bazo attacked at the worst possible moment.
again, not the first time he does it this season.
No, yeah. I mean, not knowing the race means you are going to attack in the positions ever. And now
Joe
Joe is doing
Whiteley,
this.
he was trying to
Joe,
go, did not work out.
no, no, nothing has to be done now until La Redoute, because
Was wise of
otherwise it's
him.
always dangerous for them.
Was
I think I hope for them to get the action home because when someone attacks,
Cotterado is
always
here,
my heart. Yeah, and the news
and
is that La Redoute hasn't which is a difference from the usual variant. Let's see
and
what happens.
then there were four at the front, but Basso now trying desperately, like a madman, with Kaneki to close that gap. Joe White tries to go with him. It's a bit messy. Oof, Basso stretching it too much, and the break will get a new lease on life for a bit longer.
Yeah. And let's see what happens because Baso actually burns riders without effect. And he's down to two riders able to work, while Barna's four and he
And
isn't pacing. I
Joe
believe
Whiteley has
Barna.
Joe Whiteley is not in an ideal scenario right now because his puncher is isolated in
Joe
the
is, to
peloton.
be honest, if Joe can keep the pace, he's in the best position because he
No, no,
didn't
I
lose.
mean in the peloton part because his puncher is isolated there. Ideally, he would have liked to have him at the front. He tried, but it was short lived because he would have risked closing his own break.
Yeah, but now it will all depends from Barna actually because Barna's for riders, he's keeping them like he has to take them to
Côte
leave.
d'Effort, 1.5 kilometers, and it's Swaxon attacking.
Yeah, now Zwegson is trying to drop Joe because I believe
And
Gate
Basso and Barn are
Sprinter.
now on the run.
Obviously, they have to do this. Obviously, they have to do it.
Miko trying to join that party.
Yeah, but Barna never works. Barna always pace and then stops, and he has the best bars in the whole peloton.
Joe resisted that move from Swaxon, but got dropped
Well,
to one player only.
actually, Joe Joe is in the best position because if Vernon keeps the next climb, he's going to sprint with the 78 sprinter against all the others, which is actually the best place to be probably.
Is he the only one with a 78
Yeah,
sprinter?
I think so. I think so.
Wow. Well played by Joe, as always, in that regard. The ultimate energy manager of this game.
No, oh, Cockard is here from Barna.
This climb
Let's see
features
if
some dreadful
it's
percentages.
going.
Oh, as you go to La Roche again, Swaxon has to try and drop Joe here. Let's see if
Okay,
he
Barna clearly isn't
succeeds.
going for the sprinter.
Swaxon going with his puncher to try and drop Ethan Vernon. Ethan Vernon tries and resists, and the pace ahead is not as big as they would like, and Swaxon now gets a gap on Joe. Joe desperately trying to close it. We go into the downhill.
If they don't pace, he's
The
going to
Brits might
finish.
have this. The Brits might have this.
Yeah,
Possibly Swaxon at this point.
I think Swagson is going to win. But let's see what happens because now
And
they are not pacing. Barna is not pacing because he has Cockard.
yep, he's being his own worst enemy, and Swaxon desperately trying to keep that gap on Ethan Vernon, but Ethan Vernon is still trying to fight. Oh,
And behind people are not pacing.
it is not looking good at all for uh, Joe. He needs to desperately close that, and the peloton.
Joe
We
is not
now
going
see,
to close, I think.
yeah, I don't think so. We now see a gap deciding to put some
But
pace in the peloton. Yeah,
Joe is going to probably take the second place. Let's see.
I no, he's not. I mean, the gap is really short right now. He might take it, but not from this move, and he
No,
waits
the
back.
second place from the sprint, I believe. And now
He now
let's
can
see if
do that,
Swagson
yes.
can maintain. Let's see if
And
Swagson can maintain. Barna didn't work a single meter. If they
a
lost,
gap.
it's because of Barna.
And Swaxon did a valiant move there, a brave
Yeah,
attack. The lack of movement or consistency in
yeah,
the peloton helped. Let's see if he still has it left in the tank. This is his
yeah.
Hail Mary.
I think he has enough. 34 seconds. Let's see what happens. He's
Oh, he has it. Swaxon has it. He's accelerating it to the finish
and
line.
sprinting for the life.
Oh, he's dead.
It
He's
will be
dead.
very close,
He's
but
dead. He's dead, and it's Varner gonna
yeah.
steal the second place. Varner gonna get the second place, and he's gonna get Basso gonna get third.
Basseter, the Joe fourth,
Joe
and
fourth.
Miko fifth.
Nico fifth, and a gap in the mud sixth. Uh, Swaxon resurrects actually, and since Nico was like fifth, I'm not entirely sure if we don't have 140. Well, we do not have a new leader, but we have Swaxon right there next to Miko.
Yeah, and actually, Miko, the worst possible thing
Thank you, Benny. I'm
to
sorry, I
lose.
just saw it now.
Miko did the worst possible thing. Actually, he's being fifth. Actually, I think puts everything in some.
Well, it's definitely gonna make it a three-way fight at the very least between Barna himself, Miko, I mean, and the resurrected Swaxon.
Barna plays the worst ratting style I've ever seen.
I mean, he's no Dennis, but he's right up there at this moment.
Yeah, he's within me. Actually, Barna, I think he will be first. He got 72 points and now 70, so it's up 142 points, I think. Zwegson will be at
220.
yeah.
I'm trying to get the official updated GC, but I believe that uh,
Okay, I think Miko with fifth place is going to get 25 points, so he will be 100 the the first place.
it's currently a
Swagson is
two-man fight
125.
for gold right
Basso
now.
with the third place is going to 68. I think now the battle Barna swags and stop.
We do not have an
That's
updated GC. We do.
we have now.
So Daniel Miko is leading 145 points. Barna second 142. Swaxon, I was going to say 120, not 220, but he has actually 125. Joe Whiteley fourth 70, Agat fifth 68, Basso sixth 68, and in the mud along with Agat. So the main differences here are 20 points from first to third, 3 points from first to second, and it's looking like a three-way man fight for gold unless Nico, Barna, and Swaxon all crash and burn for the others to try something.
I think it's going to be one of the three we have ahead, and I think probably the best position is for Barna because yeah, he just keeps being behind. He just no one is actually asking him to work, and he's taking the full advantage of the thing.
While as I can say, as Basso is currently last place, I don't expect him to be there or to finish there, but it's classics. Who knows? Agap is fifth. Him and Basso have 68 points. Joe only 2 points ahead with 70. It's really looking like a three-man fight for the gold. And if these guys behind get a win, maybe they can still dream with a medal, but I believe that for an actual medal from one of these guys behind, they would need a big conjugation of results that is unlikely.
Well, to be honest, they are 50 points from the podium, so actually it can happen.
Yeah, but
But
I was
yeah,
talking
it's
about
pretty
the gold.
difficult.
For them
They
to
have to
actually,
win. Yeah,
for
for
one of
gold,
them
it's
to
basically
actually,
impossible.
it's extremely unlikely. For the medals, they still need to win one of them because 50 points is still a big gap depending on what the others do as well in that race. And we are preparing for our final race of this final,
Well,
which
it's
is
been long. We are here since 1 hour and a half.
wow. And this one is 269.6
Yeah,
kilometers.
this one is the longest.
Oof, gonna be messy, and I don't mean the football player, and long.
Yeah, I think something can happen already in the part with wind. So let's see. I'm going to take a drink. I think
All
water.
right. And as we wait for you, let's look at the last four classics performances of finalists. Barna in the World Championships of 2023 was 33rd. He did not uh, compete and or classify in the 2023 Champions League, 2022 World Championships, or 2022 Champions League. AGAP was 36th on 2023 World Championship Classics and 57th in the 2022 ones. He was top 10 in actually 10th place in the Champions League 2023, and in 2022, 2 years ago, he was 23rd. Joe Whiteley was the winner of the wooden spoon in the World Championships of 2023, fourth place. He's the defending champion of the Champions League. He won last year. He was bronze in 2022 in the World Championships, and he was fifth in 2022's Champions League. Paso is the silver medalist of the world, second in the World Championships in 23, fourth in the World Championships in 22, fourth in the Champions League last year, and in 2022's Champions League, he's bronze. Uh, bronze, yes. Swagson was bronze in the last World Championships. The ones before that, he was silver. He was eighth last year in classics of in the Champions League and eighth in the Champions League 2 years ago. Daniel Miko was 21st in last year's
The bikes will be
World
severely
Championships in
tested.
classics.
The race
He
will
was
take place
34th the
in
year before
beautiful
that, and
weather
in Champions
conditions.
League last year, 21st. 2 years ago, 18th place. So uh, if stats would speak by themselves, Joe, Swagson, and Basso would definitely be the main favorites for this, but the story in the road is being completely different. Quick check here. Just
Okay, I'm here.
all right. Um, you missed some interesting stats, but the short story is that if uh, stats were to be taken as gospel, Basso, Swaxon, and Joe would be the main favorites. Yet, the story on the road is telling us a completely different scenario.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because actually, as I said, we'll have some long windy, which can be pretty nice spots. Today's upload already.
Who will win gold? We have a poll currently on Twitch, and the
At this moment, I will stick my neck for Barna.
the the chances of the options for that poll are Miko, he has 145 points after round two, not one. Barna 142 after round one.
I think Miko will find a
Swaxon,
way to choke.
it's complicated though. Swaxon 125 after round one, Joe 70, and Basso and Agap in the mud with 68. It's looking good for one of the three, that's for sure. Um,
Mhm.
any of them of that top three that wins, regardless of what the opposition does, is the gold medalist.
Yeah, I think if I was Miko now, I will send Joe and Basso into the break. I
And
mean, if they go into the break, he can control, he can just control the end race and just win.
this is turning into a dramatic scenario for some here.
Yeah, yeah. For I think many people will be astonished at least. But he is actually deserved. And now Joe, I think, going very aggressive already on the windy part.
I'm gonna go
And he's
against
with
the.
Miko.
Oh, Miko's there, yeah. I'm gonna go against the tide and say that Swaxon will be the gold medalist here.
Yeah, I mean, Swagson is surely the most
The
talented
fuck is
player that
Agap doing?
will win. But okay, this
Oh,
race
okay, he
looks
gets
like
the gap.
okay,
Agap
this
gets
race
the gap,
looks
and
like
it's a team attack.
can be dangerous.
He's off on his own.
So we have the roster differences again for the final stage. Um, every single one has the same roster except one person, and that roster between the five participants is the 82 and the 79 Cobble Riders, the Puncher, the 78 Sprinter, the 81 Flat Rider, and the 83 Sprinter. The only difference is Barnett, he did not take the Sprinter, he took the Climber. Okay,
Why?
I,
Why? I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Respectful, but I don't know. I don't think it's really useful in this race. Joe is going strong in this first part of the race.
Yeah, the Sprinter has 72 cobbles, the Climber has 69. I don't remember the other stats, but right there, uh, uh, the utility of one against the other is pretty much self-explanatory.
Yeah. Well, we will see. Maybe that climbs are going to be
I was
more
gonna say
easy
maybe
for
he has
them.
something in mind, but the most likely scenario is him ratting. I would say.
Nah, I don't think so. Joe again on the attack,
Uh, Six-man
Attack while
train, so it's
Frog
a team
gonna move.
attack. Miko's responding.
and now no one is responding. Yeah. Now Zwexon is trying, but now Joe has a good advantage. But he's
Swaxon's gonna
been
go.
unlucky. He's been
A courageous
unlucky
rider is
about
looking to break
win
away.
because at the moment he isn't finding much lateral win.
Yeah,
Well,
the advantage now is for the chasing group. And Swaxon has a really short gap there as well, but Barna is going to respond. Peloton is a bit undecided on what to
well,
do. Barna isn't
now,
even doing it properly.
well, maybe now the wind is going to turn good for Wizard. Yeah, now we'll have a good situation for them. And now let's see if it actually products some damage.
Uh, with the potential for the wind to be a factor in this race, uh, if it suddenly becomes a bit stronger and in a better position currently. It's not bad actually. Could this break become effective?
Yeah, I think people behind will have some bad times trying to close on this break, unless they just damage themselves, which can be a risk actually. But now they've built a good advantage. They have 48 seconds, and
Quick
yeah,
reminder Quick reminder that even with this race situation, if Joe Whiteley actually managed to place more than one rider in the winning group, for example, a 1-2, and maybe even strikes in third, Miko being fourth could actually give the Brits the top two placements, I think.
yeah, Miko is still in the best situation, and Joe again attacks now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty. He's spending so
That's
much energy
really a
right now,
punchy attack. Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear,
and the
as
group
more of them are left
is
in the
back
wake.
together now.
And this is why vacant points can sometimes be got sent to make races entertaining until the end.
Yeah, jingle bell, jingle bell.
It's not Christmas yet, but it might
No,
be coming
sadly
soon
not.
for one of the non-favorites of the
I
evening.
good.
They're good. They're good. KOM, bro. KOM.
Um,
Okay, 200
everyone's back
and
as it
50
was.
kilometers. Yeah, this is worse than I expected. I mean, Liège was good, and around there I had some expectations on is going to be very boring. Yeah, actually, people is as inventive as Roy Hodgson. Well,
Wow,
I
I'm currently
actually
so bored.
agree. I actually agree with you.
I'm currently so bored. Um, I was quickly and yet again checking what's it called even um the IMA ranking, road ranking, uh, and let me quickly see. Barno is 62nd with 183 points. He might be the champion tonight. Someone that didn't participate in many, uh, if any, races during the regular season might be here to swap goals. What's your thoughts about this, Rossi?
No, sorry, I wasn't.
A rider just launched an attack.
As always, I was saying Barna is the 62nd of the ranking. I don't think he played much, if anything at all, in the regular season, but he might get here and get gold. What do you think about it if it happens?
I think that surprise is always up in competitions, especially when gets the combination of being unnoticed when he has to relay, which is basically what took Barna here, and he's driving him still in this. I believe
A rider is
it
taking
would
his chance alone.
uh, as a surprise as you may classification because obviously IMA ranking doesn't mean think or doesn't mean as much as someone could. So I think it can happen, and the stars looks like they aligned to gave him spacing, which is already priced to see, and the group is breaking here, and Joe while Basso and Agap
He's going to
are
take
on the
them on by
attack.
himself.
In the probably the best windy part. at the moment. So actually, yeah. Now we have a tailwind, and it's being a nice. Yeah, now the race is on. Actually, we're seeing some
The rider is looking
There's
for
great.
some
the big
movements
flip.
there.
Yeah.
Joe, uh, Joe catching up there to Swagson. He's gonna use trying to use one rider there to close, but Swagson actually decides to just go try and joining the front group, but Joe's closing on him.
Yeah, Joe is trying to raise now more.
He broke from the pack like a
He's
clock.
trying to close on the race instead
Oof!
of making it.
What happened to Joe there? I didn't even see what
No,
happened because he.
he decided to stop.
Yeah, but it
But
was
now I think it
too
wasn't the
much for
most.
him.
Yeah, it wasn't the most good
Effective way.
decision.
Yeah.
Not just because now wind coming from left. No, okay. Now is now wind is headwind. The race stopped and Joe was right.
And as we go back to the way we started, everyone back together. Uh, Tape of the tail for Daniel Miko, second of the IMA ranking. Uh, Off road, 72 victories, champion of the world of individual time trial, in the way we all know. Won his
Hmm.
semi-final group in Classics Group B. Won uh, Giro d'Italia's points and KOM classification in the World Tour. Yes, a lot of KOM and points classification wins this season.
Yeah, he has pointed
Time for a rider.
basically everything,
Wow,
and
a lot of
yeah, that's
secondary
why
wins.
I have always wondered why the results at World Cup.
What? Sorry,
Actually, we got
you're cutting there. I'm only listening to half of your sentences now because the sound goes back and forth. You were saying that you've always wondered.
wait, maybe I'll get headphones. No, I can't.
There's a rider trying to break
Okay.
away from the bunch.
No, I was saying, I just,
Oh,
I
looks like a flip.
always
All right, goes
wondered
on rising.
by Miko didn't get results in classics in the World Cup or Champions League. A very good sprinter. That's the best thing he does, sprinting, and that's quite what helps him the KOM sprints.
I can tell you, I can actually answer that as quite a good sprinter myself. That the year the game works this year, it's gonna benefit far more the sprinters that don't know what they're doing versus the ones that, like Nico, know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, Miko is very. I think Miko has a play style that is very rewarded by the game.
But the thing for him to get those secondary classifications has been that he's been focusing on them to try and get the most points out of every competition he does. But it's different to be fighting for secondary jerseys and to fight for a win at the end, where he seems to be lacking in the big tournaments.
Yeah, I mean he isn't good in tours. That's why. I mean he's more temporary player.
Look out,
Yeah.
he's breaking away.
Yeah,
So and that's why I think he will benefit from World Tour training about inline, and I think he will be very dangerous in World Cup, especially for
Hofstetter goes
for
onto the
classics
there
and
is
inside.
inline,
a
while
move
he
there
isn't
from
the
the
most skilled.
78 sprinter of Miku joining Joe, and Swaxton responds with four riders.
Yeah, Miko is sending one rider each time, just not to work probably.
Yeah, he's actually playing this in an effective way. Being on that group, he doesn't need to do anything behind. So not, he's not playing randomly, for example, like some have been.
Yeah, that's basically the Dennis move. I believe just not working.
Yes, but this one on purpose, not like some guys here doing the ultimate ratting without even knowing how to.
Yeah, obviously. Let's
Uh,
see if he stops because actually He was stopping. Maybe he was waiting for Swags, rightfully.
Daniel Miko was also the winner of the road classification of PCM du Mardi in the summer.
Wow.
2.2 Pro.
He won his own tournament.
Yes, yes. Two dot two Pro tournament. He also won his other one of the many other tournaments that he organizes. He won the actual Tour de Troll. Wow, that's just
Yeah.
prestigious, isn't it?
Yeah, that's some
That's
result,
a dream.
especially because Tour de Troll was played on Giro d'Italia S12, which is
Yes.
actually the most hard variant. I still push to have some stages from this Giro in actual competition because I believe they could test the competition, the competitors. I genuinely, but we will see if the future will this for me or not. Well, still the Swagson and Joe, they are actually the only one playing in a good way because actually they've tried, yeah, their action in the first stage, in second stage, was rewarded with the Swagson win. Yeah, but A
One
gap
of those.
is working out.
Wait, you can veto those?
I can.
Sorry, it's a question for AMA that I'm doing. You can actually veto those? No, you can't. Oh, well, I don't think anyone will disagree with you on that, and I'm just saying that if it's up to him, S12 stages will be banned on IMA competitions, namely World Cup and Champions League.
Well, I heard he's resigning.
Hmm?
I heard EMEA is resigning. So
I mean, he's not resigning per se, he's coming to the end of his term in the IMA and it does not intend to be a candidate. Again, but he is resigning, if you are correct, when it comes to being a full-time orca. So he's going into retirement. Uh, what hobbies do
I
you think
believe
he'll
he's
pick?
not going into retirement, but let's.
What hobbies? I mean, is he gonna become the world's greatest GTA 5 player when he stops PCMing?
I don't know. There is still Grandpa.
All right. Nico also was involved in one of the season's most heated fights when it comes to a tournament GC. Nico was for a long
Let's
time
have
the
the race
leader of
done.
the
There
PCM
should be a
of
lot more
the
movement
PCM
from now
IMA
on in.
World overall classification until Joe Whiteley got sick of shit happening and decided that if Nico is gonna do all of this, I'm just gonna win this shit. And he did so in
Yeah,
the final race of the season.
Tour de
Nico ended
France.
up second in ITA World Tour.
Yeah, Miko has the consistency in results because he always gets second, third. He wins some, and then he gets always points, which are good for seasonal tournament. But
After
obviously, isn't good actual
After a
competitions.
quick conversation between secretaries, me and Ben Young have talked about this. Ben Young truly believes that Emea will become a chess grandmaster after his IMA period is over.
Yeah, I heard the Mea was player
He's a chess
player.
player. He's a decent player. I
Yeah.
think he will now have time to become the Nico of chess, chasing break. I mean, chasing points in chess tournaments. All right, back to the race. There's still 10 men at the front, 40 seconds difference. Nothing particularly threatening at this point. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it has been um, pretty race, but not a fantastic one. Yeah, you have
Yeah, I mean,
went.
given the way we had the first two at such a high pace with so many events, attempts, back and forth, This one seems like a very anticlimactic ending. Would you agree?
Yeah, because actually people are much scared in this race than they were. And probably
Also
that's
attacking,
because of, yeah, Basso now is trying the desperate move.
and he succeeds in placing his riders at the break. But Barn is immediately following with his full team of 5 riders. He's gonna close, and everyone
And
is gonna
Barna
go.
goes,
Everyone is back together.
holy shit, Barna's lost rider now because he's dead and these and the 80. Wow, who would have told the 80?
And very quickly, as we expect the next difficulty to start very soon, the tape of the tail for the Swagster Swagson. He is number 15, I believe, in the world rankings. He is a oh shit! I have a connection
Yeah,
issue here with the
I
page,
can bear now.
This
and
climb is
Eikenberg
feared
has
by many
begun. And
riders. The
Swagson, speaking
percentages
of him,
are
is at
very
the
high.
front.
Yeah, as Wexon is going with the 79 couple that after some revamping, he has good couple, good sprint. So
Grassi,
it is
quick
a thing.
question for you.
Yeah.
The 83 mountain rider from Barna, the only one bringing him, died after the 83 sprinter. So the question is, was Barna right and everyone else wrong all along?
Well, I mean, Barna didn't use it. So most, yeah, you see, play the 82
You're cutting
so
again,
much.
Grassi?
Yeah, I think
Okay, it's good now. Swaxton still has the 83 sprinter, by the way, as he was in the break, but everyone else has dropped them.
yeah, I believe obviously it depends from work they did. Not like but it's more equal than I expected.
All right, yeah, like you said, and well, the fact that Barna didn't have that much to didn't give too much use to his riders also benefited him there. And another difficulty on the road to Star Cobbles, nothing particularly aggressive, nor
No,
in the parkour, nor of how it's currently being played.
yeah, they're playing. I think they're playing for the 17, which
Sorry,
is a
for the
disgrace. I think they're playing for the 17
for the
because
what
he
you
has
broke
also
again
a
at
good
the
sprint.
moment you were gonna say the rider D.
79 couple.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Do you think that's like the safe choice or?
I think it's a bit of shame because actually
Yeah, I agree.
riding for the helper and trying to make Ronde van Vlaanderen and sprint is very annoying.
And there's still around at 100 kilometers to go, 98.6 as we speak.
And we still have
28 men left,
yeah, we have almost the full peloton.
and again some slowing down at the front. And Swaxon, I thought he was gonna do something, but no, he's just positioning. Is he gonna go now?
Yeah,
Is he?
but
He's gonna go
you know,
now.
position. Yeah, he's going,
A
but in the
courageous
worst
rider is looking to break
possible
the fight.
moment.
Decides against as soon as he saw Miko on his wheel.
He was also attacking in third. It was the catch everyone by surprise as he wanted to. This is being very boring.
Look out, he's breaking away.
Yes.
The
Uh,
riders are going through a very tough
And
portion.
now
let's
The
it's
see
percentages are
Basso.
under
Berendry.
10%.
Yeah, Baz on the attack.
This has
So
been
this is the
a
last third of the race.
very
Anyone who is
monotonous
gunning for
race.
victory has got to make a move
Yeah,
fairly
but
soon.
Basso isn't playing as he. I remember Basso having a nice ball style
Basso
of racing.
has always been a dominant player in most of the lobbies he's in, but when it comes to the big moments, he has yet to produce a gold medal. He's
Yeah,
shown to crack under pressure sometimes, and sometimes when start or a lot of times when things don't
I
start
always
well for
does.
him, he seems to be his worst enemy.
Yeah, he always does this.
Yep.
The only time he actually got something in World Cup, yeah, was when he was the newbie and he got second place in inline. After that, when he starts as a favorite, he always chokes. He got a medal in last World Cup, I believe, and that's it. Yeah, he's not keeping up with the expectations.
All right.
Again,
Uh,
Swagzon,
Attack
but
from a rider?
Mikos always closes everything.
it's
And
been really even the attempts. Yeah, I mean Rico was right there close, but even the attempts seem to have been at some point half baked in the race.
yeah, Miko is closing everything. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a three-man sprint in the end because yes, it's actually being very boring.
Actually,
We are,
he's
It's
down
really
to
a
three
punchy
men
attack.
only. I mean, at the front of belt, I don't know how many he still might have behind. In
yeah,
the back part of the belt, I think he's down to four. Period. Actually,
yeah. Barnas four because he's actually managing them not in the right way. I believe.
we go into Bevek 10 weeks in 500 meters.
Another coupled climb, not really hard though.
This climb features some
Yeah,
Two
dreadful
stars.
percentages.
1 kilometer only.
Yeah,
Basso
and
was
Basso
trying
again.
to provoke some chaos there. Too little, too late. Right at the end of the cobble section.
Yeah, to be honest, this Ray actually this was. I think if we are to see something good, we will see in the final circuit. I believe that's the only hope.
Yeah,
That's the
because
only
right
hope.
now this is just a a Tuesday night stroll.
Yeah, Basso is pacing ahead, but his full team is behind.
And he's struggling there because he got completely closed as
Mhm.
everyone was very well tucked ahead.
Yeah, this is going to be a
Swaxy,
long.
Swaxy with Swift.
Oh, Barn on the attack
A
now.
rider just launched an
Three
attack.
riders, and I think it's everything he has at this point, right? Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, He has attacked with the 79 couple and
Yep.
Alaphilippe.
He still has two more. It's Basso that actually takes the 79 Colorado with him. Airing
Mhm.
joins Barna.
Barna isn't pacing that much, I believe.
No,
Miko
it's
is. I think Miko is chasing.
Felson now, Felson. Yeah,
Yeah,
Miko is
Miko is
chasing again,
now
but
attacking.
he's actually not going to attack now. He's trying to join the break. Swax and like a hawk
Yeah,
uh,
everyone is ready. Another group split. Blah.
immediately responding. There is a small split there, but I think it's going to be closed right about now. And it
Yeah,
is.
because they stopped.
There's still some difficulties to come, and 25 riders still around. How many could we expect at
He's
the
off on
finish
his own.
line?
The team sponsor won't be
Uh,
disappointed.
I exp- I ge- I expect now one with, but
Sorry, what?
I also expect now some blocks to happen on the next climb because actually some players have five, A gap
Joe
at
Whiteley,
six.
check the detail. Joe Whiteley did a small attack there, gets a great positioning for the Ut
Yeah,
Paramount.
he
Let's see
actually
if he,
played it good.
yeah, let's see how it goes for him.
Yeah, let's see. I'm expecting some
And I
massive
think
blocks.
yeah, manages to perfectly put his leader there with 79 Cobble Riders, so it was very well played by Joe.
Hmm. And let's see because now he has also the
Hunter,
hill right there. Yeah, and
and he
he's
goes.
going on the attack.
Oof, Pitcock struggling. cannot keep up with.
And Kanechki gets a gap.
Oh, but
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, I believe.
it wasn't intentional. He did not. Candy decided not to insist, but now he's going to attack.
Yeah, now we're going to Paderberg, which is
Major
always,
pace right now.
yeah,
The riders are
obviously.
in a portion above 10%.
Now, big pace on
Joe
Paderberg.
Whiteley. Joe Whiteley positioning again pretty well
Joe
there.
is trying to go, I think, for
Yeah, but
71.
in that regard, some of his move attempts have not been fortunate because everyone seems to be watching every move.
Yeah, it's hard being considered the best player in the world, actually.
Mhm. I mean, uh, and that sort of playing. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but
A
that sort
rider
of
is looking to
playing,
give the
that
pack the
sort of
slip.
focusing, quote unquote, not illegal focusing, has been has become bigger this season due to the poor mechanics of the game. So Joe isn't particular, and rightfully so, isn't happy about it.
Yeah, it
No one likes.
became, I think it became easier to damage someone by
Yeah.
by targeting.
Ooh, so many blocks in there for the Koppenberg 4-star section. And Joe still has one rider ahead. It's Basso on his tail, Barna there. Um,
Bato got blocked so hard.
and Swaxon is there too. Swaxon actually accelerating there into the front. There's a gap. They're stretching as thin as they can, and Miko was dropped there. He got two, but they are all gonna rejoin.
Now finally something's happening.
Oh,
Still, I don't believe it will be much to avoid a massive sprint. Yeah,
great positioning there for Swaxon. Let's see if he tries something, and he does.
yeah,
Gets the
it
gap.
goes. Yeah, now this is a very dangerous move. Basso shouldn't work now, I believe.
This is the perfect place to try something right now, as the Tyenberg is underway now.
It's in such percentages
Yeah,
that
I
it's
think
35
starting to
Swagson.
seconds.
create some gaps.
Yes, Marcy?
Yeah, Swagson will try to keep with him the hill ride.
Oh,
He's
there's
going to
bodies
try,
everywhere. Miko's down to one rider. Miko is down to one rider.
and they gap with three, even if two of them are suffering a lot.
Yeah, and he's gonna struggle a lot because of trying to keep them. Might make him more harm than good.
And Joe goes on the attack. No, he stopped.
He has the puncher with him to try and bridge to Swaxon, but Agap is like a hawk trying to stay glued to him. The gap is very short, accelerates in
Again,
front.
the gap. Pitcock is Barna now is pacing alone,
Warner was facing but decides to attack instead and joins Joe Whiteley. Swaxon is allowed to be caught, but there's still a gap there. Everyone in the back suffering, particularly Daniel Miko because he has no helpers. And this is the
yeah,
point.
Miko is in a bad situation now. I
Yeah,
mean, the one with the
both
best
French are.
position is now Swagson. Now
So,
Swagson,
yeah, France has two riders. I guess they'll work as a team.
yeah. And now Bazo
Ooh, Basso
goes
goes.
now.
Basso goes as he trying desperately to close Swaxon. He's actually very close, but he's taking everyone with him for the ride.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
Yeah. And Swaxon tries to accelerate again. He's not going to drop him though. Uh,
And he
let's
goes
see if he's
again.
still. And he goes
He
again. Yeah, I was
rightfully
gonna
goes
say.
again.
There's a
Let's see
breakaway
how
in
he's
the
gonna
leading
use the
group.
energy. He really decides
Now
to
it's
go.
all leaders alone.
This is a perfect situation for Swaxon, even with Basso there. Yeah, Basso helps him even better, because even with the second place, I believe that he would actually secure the title.
Yeah, well, Basso actually would probably get a medal. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's in their interest tour, and
I think Swagson should still win the race because he's more.
oh, we got protecting with
Okay, now this
Klopiko.
could be the perfect situation.
Now
If
Miko's in
Agap
trouble. Miko is
joins,
in trouble.
yeah, Amigo is in trouble and Joe is with him.
And Joe rightfully not
The
even
pack
That's all.
moving
seems
an
resigned
inch.
to
It's not
leaving
his
the victory to the
responsibility. He tried
escapees.
his play, and
Well,
people close him.
if Barna gets on them, they will stop and the other will get the time to join. I think. Yeah, that's what happened.
Miko might be going uh,
But
from
now,
gold to bronze here, depending on the outcome. Maybe even no medal.
yeah, well, let's see what happens because actually Miko and Joe,
They're
and
coming.
let's see if the Oud Quaramont will just um, give his decisive things on the race.
Yeah,
It's
and right now
still
we have Swaxon and
Basso
Basso
Zweg.
head to head.
Yeah, and they are the best here. And Joe has dropped, and Agap was in a situation, but now
Everyone catches up though. Ah, everyone is actually catching up now, and that means everything is still here to fight for all of the main
We've got
guys,
15 kilometers to the
including
finish line.
Miko. Joe Whiteley now
now
takes the
let's see
front
what
of the
Such
happens
peloton.
percentages
against
that the
Wegzen.
strongest can create some
He's
gap in
followed
Swaxon
by
might.
seconds.
Barna,
I was gonna say Swaxon might try some. This is the final place where a.
and he gets a
Barney
gap.
spurts
Probably
away from that group.
no.
He's
He
ready for
the
victory.
Oh,
Paderberg ended too soon.
I was too late for him, unfortunately. But
And
Basso and
now,
Joe. Oh, Joe was gonna go. Joe's gonna go. Joe's gonna go. But
but
close.
Basso is on his wheel, and he stopped.
Dangerous stoppings from
And
Joe.
now watch Agap attack and no one
Another attack.
following him
This time it could go
because
all
he's
And
the
the
only one.
actually,
way.
Basso. Actually, yeah, AGAP. Yes, AGAP is actually gonna go.
Yeah, I told you.
Emma,
It's
stop
getting
saying
close. The
this
riders
is the
just
group
passed the
that
10
Yeah,
matters.
kilometer
we
cruise
don't
line.
care about the riders behind.
9.4 kilometers to go. Everyone is still here with one rider representing them only. At the end of the day, it did end up being a selective race because only the leaders are here. But how selective?
My idea of selective race is a race where riders don't end up together, leaders,
Oh,
and this is not.
difficulties, quick
And he
difficulties
moves on
there,
to
but
the attack. It could be
Barna and
decisive.
Basso, but they quickly managed to avoid a gap creating, and gap
And
is
Joe
again. Joe Whiteley
goes,
goes now. Joe Whiteley goes now.
and Miko obviously won't chase him.
Dangerous move.
5 kilometers remaining.
I
And
don't.
Barna shouldn't chase because actually Barna is gifting Miko or Zwegzen.
Yeah, Barna just needs to end up ahead of Miko right now with this first situation. I don't know what he's doing, but Joe
Yeah,
Whiteley gets 20 seconds gap. It was a perfect place to attack, but let's see if he can take it to the end because it's now
Come on,
Basso
now
and
the
now A
favorite
gap,
is the
and
big
they're all
finish.
chasing him at 2.5 to go. We are going to go into the final sprint. The final sprint is here. Joe Whiteley has a
let's see
very
what
short
happens.
gap. It's sustaining though. It's sustaining
Yeah,
though.
Joe gets the
He's
win. Let's see
waiting for it.
Zwegzen. Let's see
Oh,
Zwegzen.
Swaxon, Swaxon,
Alone
Swaxon.
against
Joe takes the
all.
win,
In
but
return
Swaxon
for
is
that
gonna
And
be passed
energy,
by
he
Miko
Miko.
showed he
He's
was
passes
gonna be
him
passed
and
by
unbeatable rest
Miko.
it's
today.
No.
The
Miko. It's
race is
Miko
run, but the
winning
course
the
shows
Miko
if
Champions
the
League.
riders
is the
continue to cross the line.
champion.
It's gonna be a time
Unbelievable.
for the morale.
Dramatic ending for Swaxon. Agap just third. Might secure medal here, not sure. Barna, Swaxon was fourth.
And
Barna
Daniel
was fifth.
Miko wins.
And Basso might be last, will be last of the group.
Yeah, Basil will be last for sure.
Wow. Rossi
So
thoughts.
Joe 100. Um, I think
Joe will
Joe
score for
107.
170, yes.
Miko
195.
205, 50.
245, yes. No, he was
Barna got
second.
Barna was fifth.
Barna was fifth. He gets what?
So
The
Daniel
riders are
Miko
in a push at above 10%.
215.
Yeah.
Barna gets 167 points, I believe. Okay, we have the full classification.
Oh,
So
I'm getting a ping.
so as we already said, it's Miko winning 215, while Joe gets the silver medal at the last race, winning with 170 points, ahead of Barna, who gets the bronze medal with
We
167 points. So
we will
3 points
soon. Sorry to
behind.
interrupt. We will be soon going for interviews, and I would
Yeah,
ask Emil to put the actual standings on the screen as we speak, so we can now
in the end,
analyze them on detail.
In the end, Swegson lost the medal for 7 points. and he lost silver for 10 points. So he was the most
We are waiting for Emea to
unlucky player
actually
here.
update his screen. Emea, before I die. Oh,
Did
so I
Maple.
have the wait. We're having technical difficulties here. So before we go into detail, a quick look at the results once again. Joe Whiteley with the victory, managing to save his race that was not being pleasant at all, gets the silver medal. But the sad news for the entire multi community this evening was the win of Daniel Mika with a second place securing gold medal. We are about to dissect the classification as soon as and there we have it. Classification on the screen. Daniel Miko, gold medalist and winner of Champions League Classics, 215 points. Joe Whiteley, silver, 170 points. Barnett, bronze, 167. Like Grassi said, Swagson, heartbreaking loss of a medal by 7 points with 116 fourth. Agap, fifth, 118. And Basso in the mud, literally last place, 86 points. Quick thoughts, Rossi, on these final standings and the merits that they might have. I think Rossi died.
Sorry, I was talking in the chat.
I was asking you quick thoughts on these standings and the merit or lack of merit they might have depending on the players.
I would deserve at least a medal because actually was even Joe
Oh,
actually were
sorry,
the
sorry, stop,
players.
stop, stop. A mayor randomly decided to move us without even a notice, so I didn't hear what you were saying. Could you restart? And sorry.
Sorry. So I believe, to be honest, Swagzon was deserving a medal here because he actually was the one that tried the best things together with Joe, while the other four actually Bazo had a pretty bad night, but Barna was in bot mode. Miko too, and they got the most of that because actually they get two medals. So yeah, to be honest, I am pretty disappointed with how the whole things happened because
Very
it
anticlimactic
wasn't
finish.
nice. It wasn't really nice. Probably the
Yeah.
best race of tonight was Liège, and it was
Yes.
the only one prizing the merit.
All right, and as we are here, quick reminder: Daniel Miko Gold, Joe Whiteley Silver, Barna Bronze, and now we will win. We will win. Sorry, we will hear one of the medal winners because Joe Whiteley is here. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening.
That was a very complicated race for you. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, we spoke, didn't we, after the semi-final? You asked me what did I think of the final, and I think I told you exactly what I'd probably tell you now.
Would you care to repeat for those that weren't here at the time? Actually,
Yeah, I said the route was pretty, to put
shitty.
it politely. Well, yeah. Even if you were to do an absolute amazing play, you were not really gonna do much.
Um, you ended up with, I think, two fourth places in the first two stages, and then in the final one, a perfect moment for the final attack there from you actually coming to fruition. That was an all or nothing moment for you. Were you confident?
Yeah, I knew I had the most yellow. Well, I hoped I had enough. I had the most yellow considering that I had like 50, 60% at 20k to go, which if anybody had more than that, I would be very surprised. So it was just a case of replenishing the red bar and then getting a moment to attack. And well, after a few attempts of shitty attack after attack bullshit stuff where people are following wheels and then people zero and then people follow wheels and then people attack, yeah, that type of rubbish we should never ever see in a world championship final, especially solo. In team, it's fair enough, but solo, no. but we did see it, and I got lucky. Well, I guess you could say I made my own luck because I had enough yellow to go 85 for that last 10k by myself. But yeah,
It was a heartbreaking story for one of our teammates, Swaxon. You were there. After a bad start on stage one, he managed to come back from it and win the second race. But then in the last one, a great move by him ended up being screwed and like so many things I don't even want to talk about right now. And he ended up falling in the sprint, and he was fourth only, and also fourth in GC, losing a medal. Thoughts on the justice or lack of it?
yeah, the only decent stage was stage two, and that's not because it was a good stage. It's because me and Swagson made it a good stage by
Yeah,
pretty much committing the whole 9 yards of our team.
I was gonna
Unfortunately for
say
me,
that was the only stage where we actually saw some good tactics working, and it was from you too mostly.
yeah, I was kind of caught in two minds. Swagson fully committed for the puncher, and to be fair, fair play to him for having the balls to do that. I was still a little bit unsure as to whether I could make it with the 78 or the puncher. Unfortunately, I got caught in the worst situation where not only did I not survive with the 78 with Swagson, everybody else who was ratting and playing like a boring resident sleeper behind also survived with the 78 Sprinter. So a brilliant tactic by myself didn't even pay off anyway. So I just had to sprint for the minor placements, which I think I got like fourth or something.
You
So
got fourth, yes, 35 points for that stage and 35 for stage one as well. Would you say that? I'm not even going to go with the second, where you obviously did some great stuff with Swags as well. But the first one ended up being terrible for your aspirations of goals with that fourth place as well. And Nico doing the one too.
yeah, I mean, if you get gold in classics, you've either absolutely destroyed the competition on a good parkour, or you looks in, I guess. So
All right. Quick thoughts on the medal placements. With Miko winning, you second, and Barna bronze. What is, in your opinion, what would you like to comment about those standings?
yeah, it's what you expect, isn't it? I guess from that parkour and the type of gameplay we're used to in this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't take anything away from Miko. He played a good sprint in stage one. Although I think Amaya was right in stage one about my rider. Um, again, I feel like I played that quite well that stage. I just got maybe I could have used 4-6 to actually move out the way of the blocks, but to be fair, I'm not one of those players to use 4-6 for any reason, so I kind of just let my rider take the blocks, and that's just the way it is. I guess it's the burden of being a fair player, but I feel
I
like if I'd have used 4-6 in that Milan San Remo sprint, I might have got top three pretty easily, well, second even. But it is what it is. I can't really
I,
say much else. But
I think we're. I think no. I know. I understand your opinion in that regard. Because I do tend to avoid the 4-6 on those decisive moments leading to the sprint, and it can be very penalizing for us. Is the word I'm looking for.
yeah, I think stage three as well. I mean, although I had by far the most yellow, I didn't do anything special. I didn't deserve that win in stage three than anyone else did. So it's not a case of oh wow, what a perfectly timed attack by Joe. No, I mean yeah, I timed it well, but I didn't do anything special. It's what annoys me though. It's because I win a stage and I'm sat here not proud that I've won a stage because I know I haven't deserved it. Well, not I haven't deserved it, but I haven't played well to win it. I've just got away with it, and they let me go, and I won. I didn't exactly force them to come second and third and fourth behind me. It kind of
All right.
just it was taken out of my hands. So
Uh, Still, after a terrible start, happy that you got to end up with a medal after hard fight for it.
what did you say, sorry?
I'm saying still, despite everything that transpired today, and after a terrible start from you in terms of results, are you happy that you managed to come back from it and still get a silver medal?
Any medal in classics is a good medal, whether you've played well or your looks in. I think it's probably a bit of both tonight. So yeah.
All right. Joe, final question for you before we move into the podium ceremony. As you know, the World Cup is soon upon us, and as part of the organization, um, both of us here and a few more that have also helped us out in these streams, and uh, one of them in the Champions League orga. I think the main question for you now, being the man of the hour in this lobby, is can we expect PCM UK to try and reduce a little bit, because all of it will always be impossible, of randomness in these classics for the World Championships?
I mean, if we just take arbitrary units as like a generic kind of system for it, I'd say at the moment this classics parkour probably could be reduced by about 20-30%. Look,
All
whether that
right.
comes from the DB or the parkour or also the manipulation of live
Realistically,
rounds,
Uh,
so you get a bit better
realistically, Joe,
really.
sorry to interrupt, Joe, but it just to add to the question since you mentioned it. Realistically, with good DB, good parkour, and good adjustments to it, all of those small details ironed out as best as possible. No one is perfect, obviously. How much of that percentage of randomness do you think we could actually expect to realistically reduce there?
I just don't understand the necessary for extremely hard stages all the time. Like, there's a fine balance between having an extremely hard stage so it drops people, and then having an extremely hard stage so then nobody dares to attack. And I mean, you kind of had a bit of both today. It's everything's way too predictable. I mean, I would be intrigued to know anybody who even tried to play for a different rider other than the cobble guy tonight. It's just so predictable. Barner was isolated with his cobble guy like 35, 40k to go. Other people, pretty much everybody
Nico
else
as
had,
well.
yeah, pretty much everyone else had riders. But because the cobble guy is so more OP than any other rider in the DB, it makes no difference if you have no teammates or not, because he's so strong, he can just do it all by himself. It's exactly like in Paris-Roubaix. You can have like 6 teammates on Chewy down on Berg. It's a 5-star cobble sector. It doesn't matter how many teammates you have because they're all going to die behind the cobble guy anyway. So you can't have. I honestly think a Ronda stage could be good if the cobbles weren't so hard. The Quamont is 4 stars. The Quamont's like 2 stars in real life. If
But
the
would you
Quamont was
say
two
that's just
stars,
a problem
play
of
for the
the
future.
hardness?
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a
No, no, but
difference.
do you think that fixing the DB, for example, for stuff like the Cobble Riders not being so OP could help, or both are needed to get that balance?
I mean, like it's like in the second. It's like in the sorry, the first stage. Like you couldn't really do much other than play for the. I mean, some people did actually play for 3 sprints. I think Mika actually won with him, but there wasn't really enough in the DB selection that you could go into the stage and be like, right, I'm playing for the 78 sprinter. I'm going to take these riders and I'm going to drop the sprinter. It was impossible. You saw how hard I pulled in the column
Yeah,
shared is
yeah.
4 of them. Nobody dropped. I didn't even think of one single rider. The only person who dropped was my domestique. Everybody
We
else survived.
we actually talked about that quite a bit during the actual race. Yeah.
Because if you don't give me the facilities to try and drop someone, how can I drop someone? Pretty much across the 3 stages, I think there was maybe 2 or 3 different riders people picked from each other, and that was like the 6th best domestique. So like for the first 4 or 5 best riders, everybody picked the same guys. Nobody picked anyone different. So the more you limit the players and the tactics, the more stale, predictable, and boring gameplay you get. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter how good the stage is, it doesn't matter how fun the players are. If everybody knows what to do, then what's the point? That's why I like the kind of like the unique stages that we've had over the years where people don't actually know who to play for. Ronda,
Uh,
everybody knows who to play for.
yeah, I mean, it was the third race specifically. Yeah, it was very anticlimactic. The first two, not being the ideal parcours or anything close to that, but there was still a lot of action, a lot of movement. Uh, but the third, even in that regard, ended up being an anticlimactic finish. Joe, expectations for you for the remaining finals you still have?
Yeah, let me do this again. Because it's probably the first time. Yeah, is it Tor next? Do we play Tor tomorrow?
Let me quickly check on
I
the
good.
calendar. I believe so. And the answer is actually yes, true final tomorrow.
Yeah, I still need to have a look at where the KOMs and intermediate sprints are because they're not posted on the
That's
KOM,
the
party.
bro.
end of the breakaway.
KOM.
Yeah, KOM. But it's got
KOM.
It's got like a Strade Bianchi type staging, so that might be fun. And it's got a uphill prologue slash time trial, so again, that might be fun. 5 stages, would rather be 6 feet under, but it is what it is. Inline should be fun. I mean, to be fair, if you make inline not fun, you must have done something very special because to make inline like, like boring, it's quite a skill to do that. So the
All
parkour
right.
looks okay. The first stage is a bit trash, but
But what are your actual expectations for boat races on a quick minute, Joe?
I just hope to medal in both. To be fair,
All right. Uh, quick, short, succinct. I do like that on Joe about that question. Let's hope that you have the best of luck for it all, for World Championships as well, both as player and part of the organization with PCM UK. Joe, silver was the name of the medal today, but you still have two more to go. Best of luck for that, as I said, and thank you so much for being here.
yeah. Thank you for the commentary and stream, guys.
Thank you. As we move on, ladies and gentlemen, final reminder, as you see on your screen, yet again, Daniel Miko is today's champion with the gold medal, Joe White with silver, and Barna in third place with bronze. Let us all now rise uh, and honor our champion with the French national anthem.
얹을 수가 있는 팀이기 때문에 좀 조심할 필요가 있겠습니다.
네, 먼저 프랑스의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the French national anthem to celebrate our champion of classics, Daniel Miko. Joe Whiteley ends up second behind him, and Barna from France as well, third. Joe Whiteley from PCM UK, as we all know. As you've heard on Joe's interview tomorrow, we do have the tour final. Join us for yet another thrilling final, we hope. Hopefully, as well, not as anticlimactic finishing as this one. And on this dark, somber day, with twists and turns and unexpected outcomes, the IMA presidency offered a statement regarding what happened in the final today. And it says, and I'm quoting the IMA president, "It is with a heavy heart that I must announce the untimely demise of the PCM movement. Despite our best efforts to keep the spirit of Pro Cycling Manager alive, it appears that Daniel Miko's victory in the Champions League Classic has dealt a fatal blow to our cause. We had hoped that PCM would continue to thrive as a beloved virtual cycling community, but it seems that the allure of competitive gaming has overshadowed our humble endeavors. As we mourn the loss of what once was, we can only lament the fact that our efforts were untimely in vain. In the end, we can take solace in the memories we've shared and the friendships we've forged along the way, and the memes as well. Farewell, PCM movement. May you rest in peace alongside the dreams of virtual pelotons past. KOM, bro. KOM.
KOM, bro.
All
KOM,
right.
bro. KOM,
All
bro. I good.
right. Guys, it is on this note that we will finish the stream. Join us tonight. Sorry, join us tomorrow for the tour final. Six riders will start. Only three will get medals. Only one will be the champion. This was the Champions League. These were the champions, and tonight's champion was Daniel Miko. See you all tonight. Again with the tonight, for God's sake. See you all tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great rest of your night. Be well, stay safe, avoid chasing breaks. Join us tomorrow for tour. Good night.
Hello.